In this presentation, I will talk about the Queensland Certificate of Education, or more commonly known as the QCE. The QCE is the Queensland Senior Schooling Qualification. It is internationally recognised and is a sign of academic and personal success. The flexibility of the QCE allows students to tailor their learning to suit their individual interests, abilities, and ambitions. A wide range of learning can contribute to the QCE, including QCAA developed subjects and courses, vocational education and training, and other recognised courses. To be eligible for a QCE, students must achieve a set amount of learning at a set standard in a set pattern and meet literacy and numeracy requirements. A total of 20 credits is required. 12 must come from completed core courses, and the other 8 can come from a mix of core, preparatory, and complementary courses. A maximum of 4 credits from preparatory and 8 credits from complementary courses can contribute to the QCE. Most students will achieve their QCE when they complete Year 12, but students can continue to work towards it after they've left school. Students can choose from a range of learning options and need a total of 20 credits. Learning options include QCAA subjects and courses, vocational education and training, and other recognised studies, such as university subject studies whilst at school. Some courses will contribute more credit than others. The learning options are grouped into 3 categories: core, preparatory, and complementary courses. Core courses are main courses that students do at school. Their quality assured by QCAA or a recognised authority and are generally available for implementation statewide by schools or registered training organisations. To be eligible for the QCE, students need 12 credits from completed core courses. So courses include QCAA General and Extension subjects and QCAA Applied subjects. General subjects prepare students for tertiary study, further education training, and work, and contribute up to 4 credits to a QCE. Examples include English, General Mathematics, Ancient History, Biology, and Music Extension. Applied subjects focus on practical skills and prepare students for further education, training, and work. They also contribute up to 4 credits to the QCE. Examples include Essential English, Essential Mathematics, Business Studies, Industrial Technology Skills, and Tourism. Vocational education and training, including traineeships and school-based apprenticeships and selected recognised studies, also recognised as completed core. So to summarise, in terms of completed core, learning in the core category can only contribute to the completed core when students is enrolled in applied or general subjects from Units 1, 2, 3, and 4 and is reported as satisfactory or unsatisfactory in both Units 1 and 2 and achieves a final result of C or better in Units 3 and 4. Is enrolled in a general extension subjects for Units 3 and 4 and achieves a final result of C or better. Achieves a final result of C or better in a general senior external examination subject such as Vietnamese, Chinese, Arabic. Completes a VET course, VET certificate 2, 3, or 4. Satisfactory completes the on-the-job component of a school-based apprenticeship. Partially completes non-Queensland studies interstate or overseas to the required standard and subsequently enrolls in and meets the set standard in the related QCAA subject. Completes an international baccalaureate diploma program subject at Queensland school and achieves a final result of 4 or better. Partially completes an international baccalaureate diploma program at a Queensland school and subsequently enrolls in and meets the set standard in the Units 3 and 4 pair of the related QCAA subject, or completes a recognised study to the required standard. Preparatory courses provide introductory or foundational learning that can be built on through further education and training. They include Certificate 1 qualifications, QCAA short courses, and selected recognised studies. A maximum of 4 credits from preparatory courses can contribute to QCE. Complementary courses go beyond traditional senior schooling to enrich learning. Options include 2 QCAA short courses, a number of university subjects completed whilst at school, diploma and advanced diplomas, and selected recognised studies. A maximum of 8 credits from complementary courses can contribute to the QCE. In this table here, it outlines all the core, preparatory, and complementary courses. 12 of the credits must come from what is called completed core. This basically means that students have remained in the subjects from Units 1, 2, 3, and 4 and achieved a passing grade at the end. This has implications for the subject changes and is the reason that schools make recommendations on subjects that students have demonstrated the ability to. To achieve credit, students must pass each unit. School-based subjects assign points at the end of Unit 1 and the end of Unit 2, and then the end of Units 3 and 4. Certificate qualifications assign points based on the number of competencies that the student meets. To be awarded points in certificate courses, competency must be new learning. So set standard. Students earn credit towards their QCE when they complete their subjects or courses to a set standard. Depending on the type of course, the set standard may vary. In some courses, it may be a grade, but in other courses, such as the VET qualification, the result may be a. Finally, students must meet the literacy and numeracy requirements of the QCE. This can be achieved in a number of ways, and the senior schooling team monitors students' progress closely to ensure they meet this requirement. It is important to remember that there are multiple pathways to a QCE. Most students will study 6 subjects or courses across Year 11 and 12, but what they choose to study will depend on their individual goals and what the school offers. There are hundreds of possible course combinations that can lead to a QCE, so let's look at some examples. In this example, a student chooses 6 QCAA general subjects. They're all from the core category and is completed over years 11 and 12 to the set standard. The literacy requirement is met through the English subject and the numeracy requirement through mathematical methods. The students will receive 4 credits for each subject, a total of 24 credits, and will be eligible for a QCE at the end of year 12. In this example, this student has chosen 6 QCAA applied subjects from the core category, and they are completed over years 11 and 12 to a set standard. The students meet the literacy requirements through Essential English and also completes a short course in numeracy from the preparatory category for 1 semester. The students will receive 4 credits from each applied subject and 1 for the short course, a total of 25 credits, and will be eligible for. So this student has chosen a combination of QCAA general and applied subject from the core category. They also complete a Certificate 1 VET qualifications from a preparatory category and completes 30% of Certificate 3 qualification as part of the school-based apprenticeship. They achieve the set standard in all completed courses and meet the literacy and numeracy requirement through Essential English and the general mathematics. They receive a total of 20 credits and are eligible for a QCE. When calculating the QCE credits, the senior schooling team will closely monitor the students' progress. Track Ed student profiles are sent out to students, and they will in future be sent out to parents as well to be reviewed. So let's look at an example of how the senior schooling team calculates the students' QCE credits. Here we can see a student has studied English, general mathematics, biology, physical education, chemistry, fashion, geography and design. Students will generally study 6 subjects, although they will change in and out of subjects depending upon how well they've performed in that subject. So looking at English, the student has received an unsatisfactory for Units 1, satisfactory for Units 2, and a satisfactory for Units 3 and 4. Now remember that Units 3 and 4 are counted together. The students will receive 3 QCE credits. This will also count towards their core because the students have remained in English for Units 1, 2, 3, and 4. For general mathematics, they have satisfactory for Units 1, 2, 3, and 4, and they'll receive 4 credits and will also count towards their core. In biology, they receive unsatisfactory for Units 1 and 2 and have left the subject in Units 3 and 4. Because they did not pass biology in Units 1 and 2, they did not receive any QCE credits. So this student had changed from biology to physical education. Because they haven't done Units 1 and 2, nothing is counted, but have passed units 3 and 4, they will receive the satisfactory, they'll receive 2 QCE credits. However, physical education cannot be counted towards completed core because they're not completed in units 1 and 2. The student has also completed fashion in units 3 and 4 and received 2 QCE credits. Geography, even though it counts towards completed core because they stayed in this subject for units 1, 2, 3, and 4, but they only passed units 2, 3, and 4 and received 3 QCE credits. And design, they have stayed for units 1, 2, 3, and 4 and received 4 QCE credits. So, did the students meet the English literacy requirement? Yes, they did, because they passed at least one unit of English. They also meet the numeracy requirement as they complete at least one unit of maths. They meet the completed core requirements because they've been enrolled in units 1, 2, 3, and 4, passing units, passing the units 3 and 4 in 4 subjects, earning a total of 14 points from their completed core, and that would be English, General Maths, Geography, and Design, because they've done it across year 11 and 12. However, they will not receive their QCE because they've only received 18 QCE credits. Now, keeping in mind that students have up to 6 years to get their QCE qualification, and they can complete this through enrolling in external courses with private RTOs or through TAFE. So let's look at another example of a student. This student has studied English, Essential Mathematics, Diploma of Business, Certificate 2 in Retail, Sports and Recreation, Hospitality, and Social Community Studies. In English, they passed all units 1, 2, 3, and 4 and received 4 QCE credits that will count towards completed core. In Essential Maths, they have failed units 1 and 2, but passed units 3 and 4 and received 2 QCE credits, and it will count towards their completed core. Diploma of Business, they've passed and received 8 credits. Certificate 2 in Retail, they received 4 QCE credits and also counts towards their completed core. Sports and Recreation, they've received 4 QCE credits because they've passed units 1, 2, and 3, and 4. In Hospitality, they've only passed unit 2, so will receive 1 QCE credit. In Social Community Studies, they've passed units 3 and 4 and therefore received 2 QCE credits. So did this student receive their QCE? Firstly, they've met the literacy requirement. They've at least passed 1 unit of English. They've met their numeracy requirements. They've completed 1 unit of Essential Maths, and in this case, units 3 and 4. Have they met completed core? Yes, they have through English, Essential Maths, Sports and Recreation, and the Certificate 2 in Retail Studies. So that gives them 4 QCE points. And yes, they have received a total of 25 QCE credits. They've met completed core. They've met the numeracy and literacy requirement. They have completed the course through the set standard and therefore received the QCE. So assessments. One of the main changes of the new QCE system is how students are assessed. The way students are assessed will depend on their subject and courses. In QCEA general subjects, a final student's result is based on 3 internal assessments and 1 external assessment. Internal assessments are set by the school. Before these assessments are used in the classroom, the QCEA checks they meet the syllabus requirement. Teachers then mark the internal assessment, and the QCEA collects samples of the students' responses to check for the accuracy and consistency with the marking guides. Students also sit an external assessment for general subjects. These external assessments are set and marked by the QCEA and will be held at the same times in school across Queensland. In most subjects, the external assessment will count for 25% of the results for each subject. For mathematics and science subjects, the external assessment will count for 50%. In QCEA applied subjects, students will have 4 internal assessments that are set to them and marked by the school. They're not checked by QCEA, but they do go through an annual process where students' responses are checked against a marking guide. For Essential English and Essential Maths, one of the 4 internal assessments will be set by the QCAA and marked by school. Assessments in VET and other courses will vary depending on the course itself. Some courses may require written assessments, while others will be in more forms of practical work, samples. At the end of Year 12, students can access the final subject results in the learning account on the My QCE website. Students' learning accounts for students completing Year 12 will be available later this year. All students who complete Year 12 will receive a senior statement. It will show all the subjects and courses in the student's learning account and results achieved. Eligibility will also eligible students will also receive a QCE. If students isn't eligible by the end of Year 12, they can keep working towards the QCE. Now, in terms of not rated, if students did not submit a piece of assessments for an internal assessment or an IA, they're awarded a not rated, which is an NR. This will result in the student receiving an NR for the subject overall, even if they complete the remaining pieces of assessment. For Units 1 and 2, students must complete all IAs, internal assessments, to receive a result for each piece in order to be awarded an overall result. For Units 3 and 4, students must complete and be awarded a result for all IAs and for the external exam in order to be awarded an overall result. So let's look at this example here. The student here studied English, chemistry, drama, accounting, and general maths. We can see here in chemistry for Unit 2, for FIA 3, they received a B, but for FIA 4, because they did not complete that piece of assessment, they received an NR, and for the final result, received an NR overall. In Units 3 and 4, the students completed the IA1, received 10, and IA2, they did not submit that piece and they received an NR. For IA3, they received 5 points, and in the external exam, they achieved 35 out of 50. Remember that external exams are worth 50%. But because that student did not submit the IA2, and despite completing IA1, IA3 in the external exam, at the end of it, they received no grade. So overall, because that student only achieved a satisfactory for Unit 1, they also received 1 QCE credit. And the same with drama. In Unit 1, they submitted FAA1, so formal internal assessment, but because they did not complete the formative internal assessment 2, they received an NR for the Unit 1 overall. Although they passed Units 2 and Units 3 and 4, they will receive 3 QCE credits. Now, by doing this, it also impacts upon their, by not submitting a piece of assessment and receiving an NR rating, will mean that the student will, this student here, because they've only studied English, chemistry, drama, accounting, and general maths, they have become ATAR ineligible. Because to be ATAR eligible, they must have completed at least 5 general subjects, or 4 general and an applied subject, or 4 general and a Cert 3 or higher. But because the student only was studying 5 general subjects and did not submit that piece of assessment for chemistry in IA2, made themselves ATAR ineligible. It also can impact upon the students being QCE eligible at the end as well. You can find more information on the QCE website. There's a lot of information here. Definitely go through the QCA website. It talks about planning for the QCE, monitoring QCE progress, and how QCE is issued. So please definitely check out this site. The MyQCE website is a great starting point for further information about senior pathways. It contains a lot of information and resources about subjects and courses, further study, training, and career options. Students can also follow MyQCE on Instagram to stay up to date with the latest news about senior studies, careers, key dates, and more. For parents, the QCEE website features a dedicated sections with information about education in Queensland and frequently asked questions. The QTAC website is the best source of information about ATAR eligibility. If you have any questions or queries, please do not hesitate to contact the senior schooling team and we will assist you the best that we can. Thank you.